Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
After a while, which pretty much saw 3 yellows, a fantastic race, and the GOAT with NR2003, Zachary Fitzwater, finally getting a win on the channel. Can he carry that momentum here into a racetrack? But we have not gone since Season 2 of the Powerade Truck Series. We are finally back at North Wilkesboro Speedway, and it is the Cookout 250 at North Wilkesboro. What's up, everyone? It's the boy on this Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back for the first time since season number 2 at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And we are in for an action-packed night of racing to continue the short track swing for these Truck Series drivers. Of course, not been here since season number 2, and this track has changed a lot. As you can tell, very worn out surface. We got patches all over the place, and Tyler is going to be probably the most effect all season long, besides maybe Darlington and Atlanta to end the season. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by Bronson Merrick up here in the booth. And Bronson, welcome to North Wilkesboro.
Hello, Nathan. It is great to be back up here in the booth. Hello, everybody watching. Welcome back to North Wilkesboro, and it has been quite some time since we have been back here. And like you said, this track has changed a lot, not only for the track itself, but the surroundings itself. It got a big boost in cash, and now is back to what it was before. It's popping, it's flashy, the walls are painted. We are back here at North Wilkesboro, and like you said, the track being so worn out, that will affect the tires big time going into today's race.
Oh yeah, without doubt, gonna be by far up to this point the most tire we've seen. And it's going to be the most tire that we will see besides a couple of other racetracks. About 2 seconds of fall off here, and these guys will probably have to pit for tires before they will have to pit for fuel. It's about 40 to 43 laps on fuel, but in testing they went about 37 laps on tires. So tires are going to be the name of the game here. How do you think that's going to play out in the 63 lap race?
I think with these tires not being on the track for the first time since Season 2, which was a massive gap in between now and then, I think that's definitely going to play a big part in what we see today. We're going to see trucks come and go today. We're going to see drivers who have saved up their stuff from earlier in the race to drivers who may have pushed a little too hard, too early, and we'll see who really can show their true grit and determination throughout this race to see who is best at saving their stuff here at North Wilkesboro.
Oh yeah, without doubt, there's gonna be a race where if it has a long one field, which it could, you might want to have a long one truck versus having a short one truck and be good at way out of the box. I said last week, I'm gonna say it again. Unlike the Cup Series, things are still very, very tight here in the Truck Series. And last week we saw Zachary Fitzwater finally get his first career points win on the channel. And he is second in points, but on top of points, still, Sean Martin in the number 38, only 1 point ahead of Fitzy in second. Felicity Mendoza is in third, 10 points behind. William Ayers is in fourth, 12 points behind. Johnny Hernandez is in fifth, 14 points behind. Jordan Stout and Matthew Bennett are tied for sixth, 16 points behind. Jay Rando is in eighth, 20 points behind. Angel Gutierrez is in ninth, 25 points behind in the 33 truck. And then running out the top 10, we have a tie for the 10th in points between Nick Lopez and Chris Jericho, only 26 points behind. And in theory, if things get crazy, anyone in the top 10 or the top 11 could leave here as the points lead. It is very, very tight still in these Truck Series, and we are only not even halfway through the regular season. In fact, today is race 6 out of 13 in the regular season, so here we go. First time we've been here since season number 2, and there's Skylar Taylor on the pole for the number 56 machine, and then alongside them is the number 20 of 20 Wakefield. Roll number 2 is a all-Caribbean roll between Chris Mills, who won at Homestead, and Chris Jericho in the number 4. Roll number 3, we got the 02 of Avery Alford and the number 15 of Matthew Burnett. Roll number 4 is Angel Gutierrez and Brian Nelson. And rounding out the top 10 is Jay Rando in the 16, and Logan Williams in the number 25, who unfortunately had a tire go down on the very last lap last week at Richmond Raceway. And you see Fitzy starting about 17th in the middle of the field. You definitely want to be on the inside lane here at North Wilkesboro and have to see how everything plays out. Well, Boston, tire was going to be the key here tonight. First time we've been here since season number 2, many years ago. Who do you think will master the tire and win the Cookout 250?
Call me crazy, and I know I might have just cursed him, but I think that the defending winner, Zachary Fitzwater, is going to go back-to-back, because you can't tell me that he does not have the momentum going into this race. Now that he's won, now that he's got that chip off his shoulder, who can't say that he can go back-to-back? Who can't say that he has that momentum going into this race? I think Zachary Fitzwater is going to go back-to-back for his first 2 career wins in the Truck Series and in your series. Nathan, it is great to be back here up in the booth. It's great to be back here in North Wilkesboro, and we're about to kick this weekend off with a bang with the trucks. Here we go.
Here we go, throwback weekend. Club at Walk-In, but we begin it with trucks. We are back at North Wilkesboro for the Cookout 250 for the first time since season number 2. A great start from Skylar Taylor, but a even better start for this number 51 of Chris Reynolds, and you guys will see this inside lane is going to be the place to be 3 wide back here. This start is going to be where you want to make all the big moves, as these guys have fresh tires right out of the get-go.
Hey, Rando got almost put 3 wide there, but he found a way to the outside and he took it. You do not want to be 3 wide, much like there, that 24 there stuck in the middle. Let's see if he can get to the outside before turn 1. Does not look like that. Zachary Fitzwater already to the inside. There's 3 wide all over. The 19 of Caleb Rose is stuck up there in that middle. He's going to try and find a way to either the inside or outside as fast as possible. That is where we're going to see most of probably the wrecks happening, I believe, Nathan. Meanwhile, Chris Reynolds took no time getting up there. I believe he was on the second row, and he took no time, and he went to P2 there on the backstretch of lap 1.
Tell you what, this inside lane is really want to, because Angel Gutierrez, I believe, started 7th and all the way up to 3rd here at North Wilkesboro. Burnett is in the 4th position. Jordan Stout is in 5th. Chris Reynolds and Chris Jericho in 5th. And how about these guys that stood outside the top 10 on this inside lane, like Josh Williamson and Eli Bright, and you said Fitzy, he is now on the outside lane, but Fitzy, I think, once again, he has a fast car, or fast truck, I should say, at North Wilkesboro. But we are going to talk about this all night long. You do not necessarily want to be fast on the short one, because we are only on lap 5 laps completed. On lap 6, the tires are going to take into effect, and it's going to be really bad by lap 37 or so. And we're going to have to pit for tires before you pit for fuel. And I don't know if you really want to be super fast right now versus late in the one around lap 30 or so. But Josh Williamson trying to get to the inside of Chris Jericho, but not going to quite get there.
Absolutely great point about the tires, but backtracking to Zachary Fitzwater, he was stuck up on that outside, and I was about to say, but he got passed by Shauna Martin there on the inside. She's currently riding that inside train, trying to find a way around. That's currently the 16 of Jay Rando, almost put 3 wide on lap 1. And now the part that I was worried about is that Zachary Fitzwater fell so far back behind that he's now trying to make up ground, and making up ground here from the initial start is kind of difficult. But we'll see if he can find a way to do it. Right now, he's stuck behind the 24 of Stephen Cullen and this gaggle of cars. Shauna Martin trying to take a peek to the inside of the O2 of Avery Alford, my fault. And she's going to see if she can stick the truck to the inside, and she'll do just that onto the front stretch, completing lap number 10 into turn 1. And with the preferred line being the inside, she'll most likely get the position. Eli Bright to the inside of the 53 of Josh Williamson, going into turn 3. At the 32 there of Nick Lopez, the ARCA winner from Iowa 2. He's going to try and see if he can get away around the 41 of Eli Bright.
And always seeing Tyler take into effect, the tires would be okay for the first 10 or so laps, but around lap 15 is when they are really going to fall off, as battle for third between Matthew Burnett and Angel Gutierrez, and Matthew Burnett should be able to take that spot easily, and he will. That outside lane is not really want to be. It's basically sticking it to the bottom, and oh my goodness, Stout's going to move Gutierrez up the racetrack, and Gutierrez might lose 2 birds with 1 stone, and how about Burnett? He might save his stuff here early on, as he might try to take second away from Chris Reynolds.
Matthew Burnett almost took it inside to Chris Reynolds there, but what a move by the gaggle of cars there battling for P4. And I just want to give a shout out, but maybe not a shout out, to Skylar Taylor. Since the start of the race, they've jumped on the restart and they have not looked back, and that's great. But they might have used their tires just a little bit too early. I mean, they've literally gotten a 1.1 second gap from themselves and Chris Reynolds, who's currently under fire from Burnett, but he washes up track in the 35, and Jordan Stout will take advantage of that. And now we have a battle for P3 on our hands at North Wilkesboro going into turn number 1, but Skylar Taylor might have used all their stuff really early here at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, that 56, of course, had a tough race last week at Richmond. Took a big hit into the outside wall in turn 4 and had a rough night, and still have a better night here with a 1.5 second lead, but can that 56 hang on, or are they running up their stuff too early? About 16 laps in, almost halfway through the tire wear. The fuel is about lap 40 or so. I don't know if they will stretch it that far or not, but Fitzy is starting to make some moves back up to the front. He was just outside the top 10, fell back to 17th where he started, and now Fitzy is currently in the 14th position, and Sharman is in the 12th position. So as of now, I believe Fitzy will be 3 points beyond Sharman, and that's not counting everyone else that are very, very tight in this point standings at this moment in time. The 75 is not... Oh, the 75 is up here, right behind these guys, so the top 3 are very, very close with each other at the moment. William Ayers, I do not see the number 2 anywhere at the moment. Matthew Burnett still trying to get past Jonas out as they swapped for positions, so Burnett's trying to get that spot back, but right now, Taylor loves what they see behind them, battling really hard for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th.
Stout almost found a way around Reynolds. He just did not have that run off the corner, as we talked about many times in this booth when I'm up here. The momentum is so important, and Reynolds almost did not carry it. We'll have to see what Stout does here coming to turn number 3. He stays in line. Burnett tried to take a peek to the inside, but nothing was made there. Backtracking to the points situation for at the moment, as far as we know. Oh, Burnett's going to try and take a look to Stout, and he'll do just that. And now we have a battle for P3 once more. And all of this, and Chris Jericho in the 4 is going to love this. He's going to try and find a way around this battle with these gaggle of cars. Burnett got a big run off the corner, and he's going to try and challenge Reynolds for P2.
My goodness.
Oh, the big send. Stout way up the track. I'm not sure if he tried to rip the wall or whatnot, but he's going to fall way behind and, in fact, get behind the 33 of Angel Gutierrez. And now he's going to go back up the track once more, giving the edge to the 32 of Nick Lopez behind him. What a developing story that we have here at Wilkesboro.
Gutierrez moves Jericho up the racetrack in 1 and 2, and I would like to quickly mention that I think some of the rains might be taking into effect a little bit. Because look at the drivers up front. Skylar Taylor, 22nd in points, but they were 11 in points before the disaster that was Richmond. Chris Reynolds up there in the point standings in the number 51 machine, I believe. Actually 21st, but this 51 has had a lot of speed. Burnett is 7th in points, but was 2nd or 3rd before Richmond happened. Gutierrez is in the top 10. Jordan Stout is in the top 10 in points. Nick Lopez is up in the top 10. Jericho is in 11th. And then Eli Bright is 27th. He's had a rough start to the season. Josh Williamson, a great one for GMS finally. GMS has a whole lot of struggle. Jay Rando up inside the top 10. And then you got the point leader. And then you got the top 2 in points just outside the top 10 here. my point is, a lot of these drivers are in the top 10 in points, are inside the top 10, top 15 here at North Wilkesboro, and it's starting to look like we might have a little bit of breakaway between the top 10, top 15 in the point standings.
As we have the camera back here battling right here, since we have it on Shauna Martin and Zachary Fitzwater, Fitzwater does not get overtaken by Stephen Cullen in the 24. This is an important battle right here because that could determine who leaves here as the points leader, as far as we know, with the top two. Of course, with anybody beyond them, they could also overtake. Meanwhile, seems like Chris Reynolds is starting to hold up this line, and now Angel Gutierrez, with a big aggressive move to the inside of Matthew Burnett, is going to try and challenge for P3 going to turn number 3, and Burnett way up the racetrack, and he's going to give up P3 with ease. He's going to try and get back to the bottom of the track to give the edge to
here we go.
Stout.
Oh my goodness.
Almost collecting himself into the quarter panel of Gutierrez. Chris Reynolds, not a great corner, and here comes Gutierrez for P2. This is big stuff here at North Wilkesboro, Nathan.
I think that 51 might have worn out the tires or just not have the speed, but because of this, Skylar Taylor has a 3-second lead, but it's going to be interesting now because these drivers are going to have clean racetrack ahead of them for the 35, the 33, how about the 32 of Nick Lopez, starting to make some really big moves here late in this one, and I'm going to take a look here. 30 laps on these tires, how are they looking? It's about a second and a half of tire fall off already here at North Wilkesboro, and I mentioned that it is probably going to be some of the worst fall off these drivers will take into effect all season, and we still have about 10 laps until pit stops potentially, and it could go down to 2 seconds plus here at North Wilkesboro, but right now it is Skylar Taylor out front with a 3-second lead, Gutierrez in second, Stout in third, Lopez in fourth. How about Matt Johnson in fifth? Great one for ThorSport. They've struggled this season. And inside the top 5, Burnett in sixth, Chris Mills in seventh. Eli Bright is up here in eighth, trying to bounce back from last week. And rounding out the top 10 is Josh Wilson and Chris Jericho. And then you got Jay Randall, Charmon, and Fitzy all the back bumper of the 38.
Ooh, I was going to say, like, we don't know what Fitzwater's going to do when he gets to the back bumper.
Oh, Leo,
Shauna Martin into the crashing! There goes Nick Lopez to the inside of the wall! Caution is out here in North Wilkesboro. A spin on the front stretch by Nick Lopez brings out the very first caution of the race. Everybody gets by fine. The caution truck will come out, and Nathan, that changes everything.
No. Well, I tell you what. That's going to be perfect timing because it's going to be less than 30 to go and they will be able to make it on tires and fuel from here. So we don't have to worry about pit stops, but that is devastating. Oh boy, I don't know what's going to happen here as the leaders are already going to pit. Meanwhile, everyone else has not pitted. We will wait and see of how this sorts out, but tough play for Nick Lopez, just as I was mentioning the 32 inside the top 5. And they get spun out.
Yeah, and I was about to bring up a point if we got the camera back on him, if the caution didn't come out, that he said he wanted to put the world on storm. He said he wanted to make it to Cup and perform really well. He wanted to get those opportunities, and I was going to say that he was definitely doing just that, but unfortunately, a spin from however it caused takes him out of early contention, and he's going to have to fight his way back. Here around halfway here at North Wilkesboro, the pit cycle begins, and Skylar Taylor's lead is now nothing. That was huge. Angel Gutierrez, is he about to get in front of Skylar Taylor? No, not quite. But big developments here in North Wilkesboro for sure.
Oh yeah, without doubt, these guys have to be careful here. Cause
oh my goodness.
We got the leaders that pit and everyone else is going to pit and they're going to try to get around them here. Oh no!
Angel Gutierrez! Oh my goodness! Angel Gutierrez goes down pit road for a second time, and that's big development because he got out of pit road right behind Skylar Taylor, and now his P2 is gone.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I think we might have to wave people around and fix things here, because this is all wacky. But, for the meantime, one thing's for sure, it will be Skylar Taylor as the race leader. Let's go ahead and get the restart and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the night and the Cookout 250. So here we are. This happened to bring out the first caution here tonight at North Wilkesboro, and I don't know if this is a little bit of short track beef or what, but Nick Lopez slides up the racetrack ever so slightly in front of Matt Johnson. And then you will see off turn 4, Matt Johnson gives a little bit of bump to the 32. And then off of exit, the 13 Matt Johnson just turns the 32. Running inside the top 5, both of these trucks were. And the 32 just gets dumped by the 13. Don't really know why that was the case. A little bit of a light tap for the 32 right there, but a minor crash, a minor spin, but this is short track racing, and this is no North Wilkesboro for a reason. And unfortunately, the 32, who was in the top 5, is not going to be there anymore.
Coming off of turn number 2, we see that Nick Lopez is ahead of Mac Johnson in the 13. We saw that Nathan talking about that the 32 moved up the racetrack ever so slightly. The 13 did not like that for whatever the reason, and Nick Lopez gets spun right off the bumper of Mac Johnson, almost coming back up into traffic. Mac Johnson almost did, but Nick Lopez, the respective gentleman that he is, he kept it down onto the apron, and that is how we got our first caution of the race.
And tell you what, I didn't know why the field did that, but I do know why. The top 5, that happened after the top 5 took the caution, so they had to go back around and do another lap. Meanwhile, these guys already took the yellow and had to wait on the pace truck. So that's gonna change everything, and unfortunately, I think a lot of these guys, and almost the whole field, is gonna be a lap down. So, gonna take a lot of time to get that situated here under this caution to get the timing and scoring fixed. But when we go back green, we should have about 20 to 30 laps to go here in this one. And let's get back to the restart with the number 50s. That's the Skylar Taylor trying to do what Fitzy did last week and lead every single lap here at Richmond, here at North Wilkesboro. And then this is gonna happen. The top 5, they tried getting back onto the racetrack, but everyone else that stayed out because of the rear caution shenanigans, they were coming down pit road. Gutierrez tried shoving his way out onto the racetrack, but Stephen Collins said no. And then the 0-2 with a big hit for a Radford, gonna hit the 33. With timing and scoring getting situated now, the 33 is still gonna be in the 5th position, but have to wait and see if how that damage might affect them. And the 0-2 is still running, I can't confirm, but gonna have no hood. So, gonna have to see how both of those trucks handle the restart. But like I said, scoring has been fixed, and it will be indeed the 56 as the race leader. And let's go and get back to the restart at North Wilkesboro. Welcome back to North Wilkesboro Speedway. We had to do a lot of wave rounds, and that costed us about 10 laps of green flag racing, and I apologize, but that was a real scenario that happened right there. But anyway, back on with about 17 or 18 laps to go. Skylar Taylor still out front, Jordan Stout, Matthew Bennett, Matt Johnson, and Angel Gutierrez the top 5. Jericho, Martin, Randall, Fitzy, and Bright will round out the top 10. And here we go, back to the first restart of the night, and how crazy will this get?
Skylar Taylor no longer has to worry about the offensive from the Chris Reynolds as he fell way back. Green flag is back out. Now all they have to worry about is the 35 of Jordan Stout with a big defensive, offensive, and already the 33 gets squeezed up high, and that is Angel Gutierrez to the outside of Chris Jericho. He's going to get shoved way outside, almost coming back into traffic. There's the points leader at the moment. That's Shauna Martin trying to make another move on the 4 of Chris Jericho. And so far, Skylar Taylor, much unlike the beginning of the race, is not able to get away from Jordan Stout.
Not at all. Jordan Stout all over the back bumper of number 56. And I would like to mention McInally and the number 19 Caleb Rose last week popped up late and challenged really hard for Fitzy for the race win late. And this is kind of like what happened last week at Richmond, but this time it's the 35 Jordan Stout doing what his teammate did last week, up front towards the lap part of this one. And we have 14 laps to go here at North Wilkesboro, and we have 3 cars I think have a best shot at this race win. Matthew Burnett, Jordan Stout, and Skylar Taylor, the top 3. Maybe not count Matt Johnson if he wants to turn some more trucks here tonight. But oh boy, here we go. Burnett with a great throwing a 4 to the inside of this 35.
The same corner lap ago, Burnett got a better exit. He stuck it to the inside, and Stout wasn't able to, but now this battle is going to allow Skylar Taylor to grow their gap. Mac Johnson behind, trying to find a way around to challenge for P2 or even possibly the lead. There's the 4 lurking in the shadows, trying to find a way around so that he could take advantage, but now Stout up the track, and therefore Burnett takes advantage of that. We'll see how the gap between P1 and P2 is affected this time around. Don't count out Shauna Martin just yet. She hasn't been up front a whole lot, but she's gotten a consistent amount of finishes to be up there in the points lead. Here comes Burnett. He is closing big time to the back bumper of P1. Skylar Taylor sweating bullets here at North Wilkesboro, coming around 10 laps to go.
You know what? It's going to be interesting who has the better truck. It's not all about tires with it being such a short one. It's about being aggressive and who did the right adjustments under that pit stop. And that right truck that made the right adjustments might be this 15 of Matt Burnett all over the back bumper of this 56. And some doors I would like to mention. You mentioned Martin in that 38. How about Jay Randall? How about Eli Bright? And how about Fitzwater? All of them were outside the top 10 before the caution. And they did the right adjustments, and they are moving their way up to the front here late in this one. Johnson, Burnett, Taylor, the top 3. Burnett all over the back bumper of the number 56. But Taylor gets a better exit off of turn number 4.
It's either that Burnett's trying to bide his time or Taylor's just that better. But either way, Burnett needs to make a move fast or Johnson is going to move him for position. He is closed in and his truck has come alive. You're talking about those adjustments made under caution, the aggressiveness in the ratings. That is definitely something that the 13 truck has gotten. Burnett up the track. Johnson takes a swipe, almost turns the 15. They all keep going for now. The 4 there in the back, that's Chris Jericho. He's just trying to hang on for a good finish. Shauna Martin in P5. That's going to seal herself as the points leader for now. As far as we know, for now, she is going to leave as points leader. Of course, things could change throughout the rest of this race as we now are coming down to a handful of laps to go. There's Stout, P2 on the restart, now falling back to almost outside of the top 10. Gutierrez is going to go to the inside and take advantage of that. Stout up the track once more. Fitzy, he's trying to make a move on a Toyota truck. I'm not sure who that is.
That was the 88. The 88 of Bradley Ream down pit road. Don't know what happened for the 88, but tough wait for him. Meanwhile, his teammate Matt Johnson all over the back bumper of the 15 for the second, and it might be with Skylar Taylor might have been saving this stuff on that green flag one. Because starting to pull away now, but here we go. 3 laps to go at the line. But a really good 1 and 2. Oh boy, I don't know who's gonna get here.
My goodness, Burnett closed up big time. Jericho to the inside of the 13. It was only a matter of time. After the 13 lost wind of the 15's back bumper, he has been falling ever since. But watch out for Jericho. He got around the 13 with ease. I wonder if he's been saving his stuff for late now. Here coming with 2 laps to go at North Wilkesboro. Burnett trying everything that his 15's got left. And now Skylar Taylor just needs to be on the defensive for now, just for 8 more corners. That's all they have to do.
Last week we saw Zachary Fitzwater go flag to flag and get the win at Richmond. Taylor's trying to do that same thing, but it's not going to be as easy. Final lap, here comes Burnett to the inside.
He's going to need to send it to the inside, and Burnett's to the inside in turn 1. Skylar Taylor up the racetrack in turn 2, and Burnett clears down the backstretch. Matthew Burnett, new leader. He waited for his opportunity, and he took it. Coming around turn 3 and 4, Matthew Burnett steals a victory in North Wilkesboro away from the clutches of Skylar Taylor.
Last lap pass at North Wilkesboro, got to the inside, and how about that second race win on the season with Tricon Garage. First it was the 17 of Juan Garcia, and now the 15 of Matthew Burnett with the race victory here in this one. I don't know what happened. I think a couple of trucks couldn't make it on tires or fuel late. And unfortunately, I think one of those might have been the 16 of Jay Rando. But wow, how about that? We all saw someone go and sweep everything with the pole lead every lap and the race. But Burnett steals it on the very last lap. He was getting some of the better ones off the corners. They're late than that 56. And only leads one lap, but at least the most important, what a finish at North Wilkesboro.
What a spoiler when you were talking about flag to flag. Fitzy did it, and Skylar Taylor was about to do it again, but Matthew Burnett said, no, not so fast. Matthew Burnett steals one, an absolute robbery of a win. Matthew Burnett takes one away from Skylar Taylor here at North Wilkesboro. What a finish, what a race. This was fantastic. Hands up, great. Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, for not being here since Season 2, might still be shenanigans under the caution. The racing has been, was fantastic, and not too many shenanigans. You know, last week we had 3 cautions, and this one only 1 caution, and it was just a simple spin. And, Burnett steals it with a last lap bump and 1, and a last lap pass. Taylor in second, still a great one for that 50-16, nice bounce back after Richmond. Jericho is going to finish in third, probably being the top 10 in points this week after this one. Matt Johnson still a great one for him. He entered this race 30th in the points. He's going to get a second top 5 on the season. How about Eli Blight in 5th in that 41 machine? He had a bad week at Richmond as a whole in the Cup and Trucks, and he gets a top 5 here at North Wilkesboro. Angel Gutierrez, we were a little bit concerned about the damage. Still a 6th place finish for that 33 machine. Sean Munn, who was the point leader, finished ahead of Fitzy by a couple of points. I think should be the point lead, but Matthew Burnett getting the race win is really going to help that 15. And then Fitzy back that top 10s. That is his third top 10 on the season. So Fitzy 3 top 10s in the first 6 races. And Josh Ransom has out the top 10 in the 43. Finally a good one for GMS. Jay Rando in 11th. So forgive what I said about Rando pitting. Rando in 11th. Roberto Cloud Jr. with finally a good one. And a pair of good ones lately for that 5 machine. In 12th. Anthony Hernandez, Chris Reynolds, and Ned Lopez still finishes 15th after getting spun out, but could have been a top 5, at least one in this one. Stout, who was second, fell all the way back to 16th. That could have been a mix of tire fall off and getting stuck on the outside lane. April, Williams, Rose, and Sistar rounds out the top 20. And then looking back at the field, last call on the lead lap was St. Oskin. Don't know what happened to Rattle Ream, Donnie Fallington, who I saw was down pit road in the 20 of Wakefield. Don't know what happened to them. They were all 1 or 3 laps down. And I forgot to mention it, but Stephen Collins did blow up under caution after that contact on pit road. I don't know if that caused it or if something just went south on that 24 truck. But what a race, dominated by Skylar Taylor, but Matthew Burnett steals it late. What a finish and what a return to North Wilkesboro here at Bronson. Wow.
Wow, indeed. As he's about to put in the points and maybe see who leaves, but just off of what I believe, Shauna Martin in the top 5 in points finished ahead of all of them. And I believe off of points, Shauna Martin will retain her point lead going into, was it Texas we're coming into next?
Texas. That's going to be good.
So
the only standalone event.
That is going to be fantastic.
Texas. That's the race I've been very much looking forward to for these truckers. And I am excited for that. That's, like I said, the only standalone event. Cup is off next week. And for the only time all season, the Twats get the full show, the full attention that Sweet 42 laps at that mile have. It's not good in real life, but boy, is it good on NR 2003. So, I'm gonna quickly put in the points as I'm having a struggling moment spelling out North Wilkesboro. But what a finish here, and you know, I will say I did do some track and eye stuff, and boy, I think it delivered. A lot of passing, a lot of Tyler as we expected, but that Tyler did not stop these guys from not being able to pit or not be able to pass, and that was what I wanted, and we definitely got it here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And putting in the points as we speak, and it will be indeed Sean Munn as the point leader in the number 38 machine, only 3 points above Zachary Fitzwater and only 9 points above Matthew Burnett. So that was a great win for that from that 15 truck. And I mentioned the points are as tight as or tighter in trucks than they are in Cup. Well, we have 3 trucks separated by 10 points, and then Chris Jericho is in 4th, 22 points behind. So maybe a little bit of breakaway, but next week is Texas, and that can get wild in the Lone Star State. So, not even halfway through the regular season, and things are getting good. Congratulations to Matthew Burnett for getting the race win. We've rambled on long enough here. Great to have North Wilkesboro back, and we will have to see what the Cup Series has in store tomorrow, as they return to that racetrack since I believe first time since season 2 or 3. So, a little bit of a throwback weekend here of racetracks, and until Cup tomorrow, and until the Truck Series are at Texas next week, we will see you guys then. Bye!
Bye.